Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your day, 10x your life, 10x all of it. And that includes Springfield, y'all. You are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Farrell here, certified 10x coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. You are listening to your weekly battle plan here on Elevate Springfield, where every Sunday we're going to give you ways to control time, ways to create time, and some things that we encourage you add to that battle plan. We're going to get right to it after the break.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
And we are back for another edition of your weekly battle plan, brought to you by Sangamon Tree Service. Hey, anything you need tree-wise, give Chad and his team a shout. They will take great care of you. For today, a few quick tips on controlling time, right? This is what we're trying to do with this segment, give you different ways to control time rather than manage time. We've talked about our daily battle plan, how to turn that into a weekly battle plan. We've talked about doing time studies to make sure you know where you're wasting your time and how you can remedy that. We've talked about hiring people as a way to control time. We've talked about so many different ways for you to take back control of your time so you are not stuck being controlled by somebody else's priorities. You should be controlling your time to be able to get to your goals and pay attention to your priorities, not somebody else's. So, a few things today to try out this week, and we've touched on a couple of them before, but I want to make sure that you really start trying some of these things. Hopefully you've gone through some of the homework that we've done in the past and you've implemented some of this stuff and seen a benefit from it in your personal or professional lives. If you have, hey, give me a message. I'd love to hear about it. Have you tried the 15-minute time blocks yet? So instead of looking at just a full hour or maybe just the first half of the day or the last half of the day, let's get down to 15-minute segments and block them all out. How can you block your day out into 15 minutes? And how much can you get done in those 15 minutes? Cram as much as you can in there. Do everything you can to get as much done as you can in 15 minutes and watch what happens. Do that when you're working out. Do that when you're with your family. Do that when you're with your clients, when you're doing your paperwork. Try that and see how much you can get done, and you'll find, wow, I got all that done, and that's going to motivate you and help you move forward with controlling that time. Another one is keeping statistics on everything that's important. We talked about putting those action plans into your daily battle plan, but you have to make sure that you are reviewing those and keeping statistics on how everything went. So that's workouts, time with family, money, investments, clients, follow-up, calls, everything that generates value or is important, track it. Keeping statistics allows you to be logical and unemotional. You don't want to just trust, you want to know. And the only way to know that is keeping statistics. Now, when you did your time study, that's a type of statistic, right? You figured out exactly where all your time goes, and then you can make changes because of that. So keep statistics on everything important to you. That gets you out of confusion. If things aren't going the way you want, you know what you need to adjust to get back in control. And that will keep you excited, and it'll keep you focused, and it'll keep you on your way to prioritizing your time and not letting somebody else do it. Because when you are measuring yourself, you're being held accountable by you, not anybody else. Another good way to control time is to keep a full calendar. If you want to stay motivated, hey, pack that calendar. Not just those 15-minute blocks I was just talking about, not just today. We're talking about every day. When you're packing as much as you can in, that means you're going to be running from event to event. But hey, I'll tell you what, when I am super busy, when I'm running back and forth to everything, I feel invigorated, and I bet you will too. So say yes to stuff, keep your calendar full, and that's going to keep that motivation high and can keep that control high as well. Maybe an overlooked one when you're talking about controlling time is your sleep. All right. May sound elementary, may sound easy, but far too many people don't get the proper amount of sleep or don't have it scheduled in the right way. So go to bed early, get up early, be the first one out, beat everybody to it. But the only way you're going to get up earlier than everybody is if you go to bed early. So make sure you are controlling yourself by controlling your sleep, and therefore able to get up and get that head start in front of everybody else out there. Also, stay away from that procrastination. Get things done long before they're required of you. People who wait till the deadline to get stuff done aren't getting much done. Production creates motivation. You don't need to do it perfectly. You just got to get it right and get it done. If you're constantly procrastinating and waiting until the last minute on every single thing, you're going to find that your time is going to start getting controlled by somebody else, because things happen and you have to be able to pivot. And what's going to happen is you've waited too long, you went too close to a deadline, and all of a sudden something happens and then it doesn't get done. So stay away from that procrastination. We've all been doing it since probably high school and before. But make a concerted effort to get things done long before they are required of you. So let's close with these last few things. As with anything, 10x, we always want to take massive action. We've talked about that many times. Of the 4 phases of action, you always want to be in massive action. And whether we're talking about controlling time, or we're talking about marketing, we're talking about sales, there's really 3 parts to making sure that you have a full, massive action plan. First one being the 10x mindset. If you don't believe in yourself, in your company, then you're not going to be successful, period. And that's the same thing with controlling time. If you don't believe that you can do it, you're not going to be successful. And with that 10x mindset, it means you are taking full responsibility for you. You're taking full responsibility, full control of your destiny, and you realize that success or failure is up to only one person, and that's you. So you get that 10x mindset right, where you commit to taking full responsibility and you commit to massive action. That's both with controlling time and anything in your life. And then once you get that mindset right, you put together that 10x plan. Before you can take massive action, you got to know what you're aiming for, right? So you got to get those targets in place, those massive 10x targets, write them down, write those goals down, make them front and center every single day. Then figure out the necessary action to achieve those, and 10x it. Create that 10x plan. And then you move on to 10x execution, commitment. And even commitment plus a plan means nothing if it isn't followed with action. So you can say you're committed, you can put together a beautiful plan and say, hey, I got all this action I need to take, but if you don't take the action, it doesn't really matter. Same thing with those battle plans. If you're writing those battle plans down every single morning and you're not doing them, it makes no difference. You might as well not even write them down. You have to follow through with the action. That's the linchpin on all of it. How many of you guys have been in groups before, been in meetings where there is sure a heck of a lot of talk about this, a lot of talk about that, a lot of talk about, hey, we should do this, we should do that, we could do this, that would be great, and no action is ever started. We've all been there. We've all been part of groups that are like that, right? The action is the linchpin to anything, to any success, both individually or as a group. So let's commit to controlling time today so others aren't controlling it for us. Switch to that 10X mindset, create that 10X plan, and follow through with that 10X execution. Create those battle plans, stick to the action that you have on there. Do it each and every day. Hope that helps. We'll be back after the break.
Hey Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing expert, serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget, while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Farrell at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
When I first walked into Shudokan Karate Club, I was just looking for a way to get stronger, but what I found was so much more. Here we train in traditional karate, the real stuff, passed down through generations. Every punch, every kata has purpose. I've learned self-discipline, confidence, and how to protect myself. Not just in class, but in real life. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being prepared. This is more than a club, it's a way of life. Join us at Shudokan, traditional, powerful, real. Ki-ai!